little boyfriend, Tyler, who I always tell him, you were so mean to me in the locker room, because he was just a miserable little runt. But you told him to act like that, and I understand that. And now me and Ty have a great relationship. The one thing that I never got to ask him or ask you, he's 6-7 years old, so he's in kindergarten, first grade, something like that, right?
Yeah, but I held him back because I didn't put him into kindergarten until he was 6 years old, because I wanted that one more year of maturity for him playing sports as a senior in high school.
To have the edge.
That's how. Because I wasn't 18 until I graduated. He was 18 the first day of school. So he was the oldest kid in the class.
All right. So regardless of how old he was, he's going to school. Are these kids like privy to? Are the parents? Does anybody know what's going on?
No, because
is Ty putting himself over and selling 8x10s at recess? Like, what's happening? Because that's what I would have did.
Well, we're on at 2:00 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm living in Broomall or Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. It wasn't a wrestling fan kind of town. You know what I'm saying? So it took a while longer until I got a little bit more, until he and me got a little bit more famous.
Because I was going to say, like, little kids, they talk. And so here he is, he's on television. He's in the hottest angle that the company sees in a long time. And he's not.
See him explaining that to the other first graders.
Well, let me tell you something.
I'm in this great angle with this dude Raven.
I would not put past him, because look at the delivery in the promos that he gave. That little shit was right on the money. And like Scotty said, Scotty was like, I could flub my lines and forget to give him his cue, and he would just say his line like that.
And the last spot that they showed him, we're in a park in New York City, like it's 2, 3 a.m. This is the same night we had Meanie naked on a
daughter.
And he was doing blue dust, so we went and got we got blue icing from Acme. We put it all over him, and a cop happens to show up as Meanie's naked on this bridge, one of those wooden bridges,
with a 7-year-old kid.
2:00, 3:00 in the morning in a park in New York. Well, but there was a neighborhood around the park. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like Central Park or whatever. So there was houses within like 150 yards of us.
Yeah, but you see.
Yeah. And then we wake him up. He goes and stands on a rock. He's been awake for maybe a minute or two. It's drizzling out a little bit. We pull him over. We say, stand on this rock and say this when Raven gets done this. One take.
How much?
And he went right back in the car and went to sleep.
What was his salary? Was it
any toy that he wanted? We went to back then. It was Kmart. So I would take him to Kmart every morning. That was like one of our deals.
Okay, so he wasn't on the payroll. He didn't ask Debbie for a draw or anything.
Wrestlers. He had 8 million wrestlers, and we still have him in like big tubs. And is it the basement of this house? Yeah, probably.
How could you not make him get in line and say, Debbie, where's my draw? Rich.
That's funny.
I would have made him ask for a draw. All right, what else? The cross angle, the crucifixion angle. You still 100% have no regret?
No, zero. Absolutely zero.
That was the worst angle that has ever been portrayed in a wrestling company ever.
Well, okay, so who's right now, the Palestinians or the Israels? You know what I'm saying? It's a movie. You're watching a movie.
Like it.
My point is, with the Palestinians and the Israels today, all this strife that's happening and all these I got to go a little bit of general public knowledge on you right here. You see what's happening everywhere, and it's all over. So I don't know how to. So what was your problem with it?
Couldn't you have just been the Sharks and the Jets? And like maybe did a choreography.
Ooh, Cracko Jacko.
Just go down the hall like, yeah.
You're surprised I know that?
Jazz hands, come on.
And you're a jet. You're a jet all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
I'll be honest with you. I hated that angle. I was one of the people that went up to Paul and screamed in his face and said somebody needs to apologize. Now, I'm not saying I was the main person who got Scotty to go out there and apologize.
No,
I was right. I was livid. I just thought it was the most disrespectful thing I'd ever seen in the world, because even like for me, even if you don't believe, like so many people believe in religion and how holy and just sacred that is to certain people. And I to me, it was made a mockery of, and I just found it to be very poor taste.
Okay. Now, suppose you saw it on, suppose the Exorcist movie
I will
back
watch
in the day that happened. All right, but suppose it happened on a movie screen. Would that be any different than you? Would you leave the movie theater?
I wouldn't watch it. Because
or would you close your eyes and not watch the blasphemous of it all?
What I believe in makes me tend to not watch that stuff, and that's just me. And I'm not, I'm not preaching. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou and I haven't made mistakes in my past, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying for what I believe in as a Catholic, I guess, it offended me. And I just didn't, I don't know.
It was supposed to.
Right.
It was supposed to offend people.
I get that.
That was the whole idea of it.
It
was, you know what? That was our Howard Stern. You know what I'm saying? The shock value of it. I knew that I was at least smart enough at that point in my career that the shock value is going to be great, and that's what you're looking for.
And you were 100% on the money with that. I will agree with you on that.
But I also understand your point of view, and it's a lot of there was crickets when that was happening. When they realized, if you look at the people in the background that are usually going crazy, they're all like,
I've never been in that arena where they didn't respond like with an overwhelming roar of applause or something. And I was right in front of the monitor, and I said, and I turned around with this disgusting face, and I just went, Paul. He just was like, and I said, you better send somebody out there to apologize right now. I said, that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I let him have it, and he took it. He didn't argue with me. He didn't say two words. He just took it. And I sat back. Yeah, I know. I look, I'm just bringing it up because they brought it up on the show, and I had to relive it again. And I was hot. And I was like, oh, I hate this angle. I hated it. I'm sorry.
Hey, but that's the response that you want. Love it, hate it. It's a response.
About me. I know. Yeah. I know. All right. Well, I just wanted to see if you felt bad or not. I don't know.
Who is?